Hey guys, it's Mike and Sam here again with Viper Paranormal.
And today we're going to be reviewing the Ghost Box.
Now I'm holding the Radio Shack Hack 12-469.
And I'm holding the Radio Shack Hack version 12-587.
Now the Radio Shack Hack is somewhat of a knockoff of the original Frank's box created by Frank Sumption.
And made popular by Chris Moon.
Now the Radio Shack Hack is a Radio Shack radio that's been modified to do a continuous scan of all of the stations.
And some people believe you can actually use this device to communicate with spirits.
Now it's our job to sit down and experiment with this device to see if it is a legitimate spirit communication device. Now in case you're questioning our credentials and our ability to give an accurate review of the Ghost Box, I'd like to go ahead and let you guys know that I do have about 1.5 years experience researching and experimenting with the Ghost Box between the years of 2008 and 2010, and I have recorded over 200 Ghost Box sessions at dozens of locations. Now in order for this device to function properly, a modification needs to be made. In order to do this modification, you need to remove the back of the box and pull out what's called the mute pin. Now removing this pin is what's going to allow for the continuous scan to take place. Sam, if you want to give us a quick demonstration of what that scan sounds like.
Sure. Now some theories suggest that spirits can actually use the bits of sound coming out of this device to actually communicate with the living.
Some people believe that they can actually use these snippets of words and manipulate them and turn them into their own voice for communication purposes. Now to us, this theory doesn't hold much water and it really doesn't make sense. Now there's another theory out there that suggests spirits are actually able to use this continuous scan and the white noise to communicate. And if there was anything to this device, I would say that theory seems to make a little more sense than the other one.
Absolutely.
Now Sam, when I originally brought this piece of equipment to your attention, I told you a little bit about what some of the beliefs were, about what it was supposed to be able to do, some of the theories, and initially you had some concerns and you quickly formed an opinion about it, but now that you've actually had time to sit down and use the device and see what it was capable of, how do you feel this device stacks up as a piece of reliable paranormal investigation equipment?
Mike, I'm going to have to be real honest with you. I really don't think it's valid at all. I don't think it's reliable. I think this is nothing more than another form of another theory that you had brought up in several of the other videos regarding matrixing. And this is basically just another form of that. What you're essentially doing is through these continuous scans, you're hearing bits and pieces of words coming out and you're actually forming your own opinion of what you think that they're saying to you. Now, that should be okay, but what you're listening to actually is a scan of AM frequencies. And what's on AM radio, Mike?
Talk radio.
Now, Mike, you have a pretty extensive background using this device. I mean, you've done several investigations and you've captured tons of recordings using it. What are your opinions on it?
Well, Sam, as with any piece of paranormal equipment, whether it be a digital camcorder or a still camera or a digital voice recorder, there's no proof that suggests that we are actually able to capture and record spirit activity.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, this box is no different, and it's actually even on a completely different level here, because the problem with this device is we're actually using radio frequencies and sounds and snippets from the radio to get EVP recordings through our Ghost Box. And the problem with that is, generally we try to avoid anything that has to do with the radio frequency because, as you may know, a lot of the digital voice recorders are susceptible to radio frequency, and you can pick these up, whether it be from a cellular phone call or just a radio station like we're using here. And there are just so many problems with this device. Essentially what you're doing is hearing broadcasts or songs or words that are coming across the radio, and you're basically hearing what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Now Sam, in the field of paranormal research, whether it be the Spirit Box or the Frank's Box or the Radio Shack Hack Ghost Box, where do you see this piece of equipment in the future?
Well, Mike, I have to be honest with you. I'd like to see it in the trash. But seriously, where would you like to see it going in the future?
Well, I have no problem with people experimenting with this piece of equipment as long as they understand what they're doing, and that is experimenting. There's no way to say that anything coming through this device is paranormal. And if you are experimenting with this device, mean what you say and say what you mean. For example, presenting this as EVPs or spirit voices, that's not what this is. what you're listening to are radio broadcasts and nothing more. I've also seen on some of the popular paranormal ghost hunting shows, Ghost Adventures for one, I've seen them experimenting with this piece of equipment, and in my opinion, I believe what they're actually presenting is nothing more than false anomalies. Now, Sam, with that being said, it all comes down to this one question. Do you believe that this device is capable of performing any type of spirit communication?
Absolutely not, Mike, and I'd like to present you with the same question.
Well, at the risk of possibly upsetting some of my subscribers, I have to be completely honest. No, Sam, I do not believe this is capable of any type of spirit communication. Well, there you have it, the Ghost Box Review. I want to thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to check out our website, www.viperparanormal.com.
Please comment, rate, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe.